You're talented, you've got great music, but you've got no streams and no one has discovered you yet. You see, this is one of the biggest myths around the music industry and artists trying to get known and get their music out there, but talent just isn't enough, guys. We continue to stay invisible because we haven't made enough noise and enough ruckus to get our music out there. And I hear from a lot of artists, well, I've tried this strategy and I've tried that. And I think to myself, really, have you? I think about the creator of the light bulb who said he tried 1,000 different ways. Now, I'm not telling you to try 1,000 different ways to promote your music, but I do know of this one artist who even continued to post on social media over 34 times, and it was on the 35th time posting the same song, by the way, that it finally went viral. And I like to think that we have, number one, we haven't put enough work in, but we haven't put the right work in. And as the Bible says in Hosea 4:6, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. And all that means is, when it comes to music and marketing and getting our music out there, is that we don't have the experience, we don't have the education, and we just don't know what works and what doesn't. And so we're kind of like wearing this blindfold and we're trying all these different things, hoping something will work. Well, I've got good news for you today because I want to share with you some things that have worked really well for me, because I called my business Smart Music Business because I made all the dumb decisions. There's this story I read in this book about this fly that was flying against this window pane because there was light and it thinks like, hey, there's freedom. There's the way to go. I'm going to keep going this makes the most sense. And so this little fly is flapping its wings only to go harder, banging against the window pane and feel like it's going nowhere. Do I got any people that can relate to that? You feel like you're working really hard, but you're going nowhere? But little does this fly know that just 4 feet the other way, there is a door that's open and it can work even less harder, and within 10 seconds, it can be on its way to freedom. But it just thinks, and it's convinced, and society and everything that it's grown up around says, no, this is the way to go. This is the way to do it. But if it just stopped, prayed, thought, strategized, and looked around and say, whoa, there's a door open over there. I can fly through that way. But unfortunately, this fly just keeps putting more and more energy, banging itself against the window until it finally dies. And that's what I'm talking about when it comes to marketing our music and getting our dreams out there. A lot of artists and people, their dreams just die because they keep doing the same thing over and over again, but they expect a different result. But they're just banging up against the ceiling. Does anyone can feel me out there? Let me know in the comments if you feel like that's you, because that's how I felt. There's this one story that I want to share where we used to play shows constantly. I used to do 150 plus shows a year. I remember this one time we did 10 shows. And let's just say there was 100 people at every show. So it took 10 shows to be in front of 1,000 people. I worked my butt off. I played over an hour every night. We signed autographs. We set up. We did all the work 10 times. We drove to all these different places, right? Put all this work in to be in front of 1,000 people. And then in one night, I used my money and I leveraged and I bought onto a show, and I was in front of 2,000 people in one night. I sold 10 times more merch, and I was in front of way more people. And guess what? I worked half as hard because I only did a 30-minute show or a 15-minute show as opposed to an hour. So what I want to share with you is that there is a way to get your music out there, get your message out there without even having to work harder, but working smarter. Put a smarter below in this chat or in the comments below if you want to work smarter and get better results. Because, doing more of the same generally gives us more of the same. But if we want to have a quantum leap this year and really get further, that means we need to do things that we've never done before if we want to have things we've never had before. Have you done a feature? Have you paid to have an artist collaborate on your song? Have you worked with a real A-list producer, right, to produce your song and take it to that next level? Have you really gone all out on ads and had someone who really knew what they were doing and really doubled, tripled it? I was looking at one of our artists' accounts the other day that I manage and coach, and we're looking at the ads. And there's one ad that got like double the amount of streams, likes, shares for half of the budget. And that's because we kept on optimizing and tweaking it and making it better and better. So his money was going a lot further. So what does that mean for me and you in this year and getting our music out there? Well, that means that we need to be committed to doing things that we've never done before. Okay, we got to try new things. And that requires risk. That requires faith. And the Bible also talks about faith without works is dead. I had a buddy in the studio say to me the other day, faith without works is death. You know, we can have all the faith, all the dreams in the world, but if we don't put action towards it, it ain't going anywhere. Our dreams will die. Okay, if you don't bring your dreams out of the basement, they will never see the light of day. And for some of you, you've been sitting on the sidelines of your dreams. You're watching other people achieve their dreams. Well, it's time for you to achieve yours. So I want to read you some things that you can do that are out of my song launch checklist. And like, sure, you've uploaded it to your distributor. I'm not a big fan of publicists at all, but have you got really dope artwork? Have you also added it to SoundCloud? Have you got an artist feature or a collaboration on it? Did you add your lyrics? Did you sync the lyrics? Did you do a pre-save campaign? Like a really big one, especially if you're a new artist. But the problem with pre-saves is nobody wants to pre-save your song. So you have to do a pre-save cam the right way. And the right way is maybe do a contest around it, give away more, because nobody wants to pre-save. Even my most biggest fans, like my email list, okay? Like when I send them out the song, they're just like, they don't really want to pre-save it unless I give them a really good incentivification to. Okay, they can get the whole album early or multiple songs early. They can get a chance to win some merch or something like that, right? Like, I got to give them a reason to even want to pre-save it. You know, did we go crazy on social media? Like, as far as posting, banners, getting everything ready, like doing a real launch for this thing. And everything that I'm going to share, not just do it once, but do it again and again and again and stay committed long enough, right, to this game. Like, I'm not talking about just 5 songs. I'm talking about like 10 songs, maybe one a month for a whole year, and then look back and say, whoa, look how far we've come. Spotify canvases for all of them, pitching to the editorial playlists, running Spotify marquee and showcase ads. This is one thing that I'm spending a lot more money this year because guess what? People that are already in Spotify listening to music and they see my ad for my song, especially if it's warm traffic or not, they're already in the app. They're already listening to music. They are there. So with the click of the button, they're in my music. As opposed to running Facebook, Instagram ads, or YouTube ads, they have to jump platforms. You're telling, look, I'm in YouTube right now, man. I'm on YouTube right now. I don't want to go over to Spotify. Heck, I might not even have Spotify, right? And so we're trying to interrupt them where if I do a Spotify or a marquee ad, you know, they're already in Spotify. It's like I'm fishing where the fish are. But like what I've noticed is I gotta be willing to spend money. If I spent $4,000 or $5,000 on the song, why does it seem like a lot of money? Like, and you tell me why are we okay with spending $1,000, $5,000 on a song, but doing that per song or more to market it, just even in that one platform that seems like a lot? Why are we like that? You know, did we pitch it to Amazon playlists? Yes, Amazon has playlists. You registered it with your pro. You've got your Sound Exchange registered. You submit it to all the sync agencies. You know, you are running Facebook and Instagram ads for your pre-save campaign. And then post when it's out. So these are all the pre-save. There's also post, you know. Are there certain radio stations that it needs to go to that you can even send? You don't have to hire a radio plugger and you build up your own email list of radio stations. That's what we do, which reminds me, I got to send out an email after this and follow up and say, hey, have you guys heard this song? You know, and this is the other thing. I got to keep reminding people, I am here. I am here. Like I've said this so many times, when you feel like you are screaming at the top of your lungs about something, people are just starting to hear you, right? Like they're just, and you're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel tired. You're going to be so annoyed at yourself about talking about this song. But like people are just starting to hear you. You're just starting to break through the noise, right? Are you creating any merch around it? You know, are you doing a lyric video? Are you split testing your thumbnails? Thumbnails are so important. I was sharing this to another buddy in his studio who's getting ready for YouTube. If you go onto your Netflix, or you go into Amazon or Apple, you go watch your favorite show today, and then maybe you go in a few days later or next week, you'll go and you'll be like, wow, hey, they changed the cover art on the show. That's because they're split testing thumbnails, guys. They're literally seeing which ones you click on, and they're optimizing for that. I do not release any video on YouTube unless I have 2 thumbnails or 3, because I want the highest converting thumbnail so that YouTube goes and shows that video out to more people. I just dropped gold on your lap for free. Are you uploading it through the music video through DistroKid? Are you doing press materials, podcasts, Facebook groups, Reddit groups, Spotify playlists, as far as pitching, not just the editorial, but indie, right? Social influencers, and doing all these different things. And it seems like a lot, but like I find the more that I do to promote this song, then the better impact. And then what we did, it was on the last campaign, is we like, okay, this moved the needle the most. Okay, a lot of these other things, they didn't move that needle, but this one crushed it. Maybe it costed more, maybe it didn't, but this really moved the needle. Let's do more of this. If this didn't work, let's cut this. And stop being like this fly that is just doing what everybody else is doing, or what seems to be the right way, banging our heads against the wall. And so I want you to step out in faith and try something different this year. Risk it. Okay, risk it. You are the best investment. You are the best person to take a risk on. I'm the best investment, in my knowledge, in my career, right? Instead of investing in the S&P, you want to invest in the S and me. And now is your time. No opportunity wasted. You were born for this time. You are here right now. So let's freaking blow up a song. And you can take all these strategies, all these ideas, and you can do it with an old song too. It doesn't have to be a new one. You can breathe life into an old song and freaking blow it up. Trigger that algorithm. Like, if I can tell you guys one thing, we put all this investment and all this energy into promoting a song that is currently isn't getting any streams, and then we do the heavy lifting for a while, and then Spotify goes, whoa, what's going on here, man? Ooh. And then they start showing it to Discover Weekly, the algorithm, and all of a sudden, those first 1,000 streams that you paid for legally, the right way, without bots, you got real streams, not artificial streams, and then all of a sudden Spotify starts giving you algorithmic streams. And once those algorithmic streams come, guys, it's a freaking game changer. I talk about that more in my book, Spotify Profits. But if you've got questions, you need to come to our next Spotify challenge. It's so inspirational, motivational, but most importantly, you get homework and tactical information every single day. And I answer your questions live, just like I would like this, but it's on Zoom. Super awesome. Click the link below. Just go to 10xyourfanbase.com/let's go. And I hope to see you on it.